So do carbs make you gain weight? It's the big debate, and people wonder, do I go low carb or not? Well, we decided to put it to the test. We found 22 guinea pigs who would subsist solely on high carb foods for 10 days and see what happens to the scale. And we were filling our bellies with all that demonized stuff we're not supposed to eat, like the sweet fruit and oatmeal and bread and corn, beans, peas, rice, potatoes, pasta. What happened to the scale in 10 days? Now, before I tell you the results, I should mention there were two premises that we began with. One, that the digestive system needs rest. So the concept of breakfast, the breaking of the fast, that's important. And we like the idea of extending that and having kind of a period of time restricted eating so we have a nice long fast overnight. So we went with the 2-meal plan because the digestive system also needs rest between meals. A second premise is that we human beings like to eat to satiation. We like to be satisfied. We like to fill our bellies. And we're going to thrive best when we have a plan that's not skimping and restricting. And so we encouraged our participants, especially with that sweet fruit, just fill your belly till satisfaction, not overfill, but let's see what happens when we eat as much as we want of the carbs. So the results are in, and before I tell you the number, of course, this is not the ideal diet. This is not how we ought to live. There are many great foods we're skipping for 10 days. That goes without saying. And the verdict is, drum roll please, the average person lost weight 3.5 pounds in 10 days. 21 out of 22 people lost weight. And when I gave you that average of 3.5 pounds, that was removing the outlier who lost 16 pounds. Statistical outliers often get removed from averages. Now, even more exciting than the weight loss is the mental health benefits. We'll get to that in just a second, but here's what some of our participants had to say about their weight loss. I also am one who has stayed away from the high carb foods like bananas and potatoes and pasta. So doing this challenge was very much to me to test this theory. I'm thrilled that these foods are not causing weight gain. Lost 2.5 pounds. It was delightful to see some shrinking of the menopausal tummy, somebody else wrote to us, that despite a good diet and exercise was not budging before this. The woman lost 4.5 pounds. I wake up less bloated and I feel slimmer and more comfortable in my body. Lost 4.1 pounds. I felt lighter. I have lost 3 inches around my stomach, which I am very happy about. Lost 2.4 pounds. And other people wrote about how their heartburn was gone and they had less achy joints. And if you're thinking, oh, I want to try this, I'll give you even more of a reason to try it. It's not just the weight loss. It is the mental health benefits. People felt amazing. Look at this survey that we put out for our participants to take at the end of the 10 days. How was your irritability, depression, brain fog, energy level, anger, spirituality, lust? Did your stress level improve? 20 out of 22 people answered one or more of these as positive, that they found these mental health benefits in their lives, which is consistent with the research that shows that when you add a serving of fruit and vegetables to your diet, you get a measurable boost of happiness for every serving you add. One person wrote, I knew going in that I would lose weight with this challenge, but the thing that shocked me most was how the clarity of my thoughts and energy levels changed for the better. One man wrote, I grew up eating like this. I was very strong and very healthy and clear-minded. Something happened in my early 20s and I decided to open the gate to all those foods I grew up abstaining from. 15 years later, doing this challenge, I am reminded how great I feel eating these foods regularly. I will continue. Another wrote, I am sleeping more soundly than I was before the challenge, which may be related to improvement in stress level. And one more, I am much more energized. I am motivated to continue eating a plant-based diet. And interestingly, the two who didn't report benefits were already pretty much eating this way. So why does the Carbo challenge work so well? Well, this isn't something I came up with. The idea of eating whole plant foods, I'm standing on the shoulder of giants here. This was actually way back in Daniel 1. They did 10 days of eating only whole plant foods. And folks like Uchi Pines and Health and Homestead YouTube channel and Jennifer's Kitchen, these are folks who've been advocating this persuasively for some time. And the question is, why does it work so well? The principle is that the food is full fiber. It's low calorie density. It's not refined foods. Anything refined has a higher calorie density index and you don't get as full, but you get more calories and you gain weight. So if you try the Carbo challenge, and by the way, consult your physician, this is not diagnosing and treating anything, but if you try the Carbo challenge and you find it to work for you, try the full fiber whole plant food diet that Daniel and his friends did in chapter 1. They ate that which was sown. They ate a variety of plant foods and became stronger and became wiser, mental clarity, physical health because of it. And the real secret sauce, by the way, with the Carbo challenge is that fruit. The fruit has gotten demonized, and I don't know why. Fresh fruit, high water content, high fiber fruit is not a weight gaining food, and as you've seen, none of these carbs are. And what is a refined food, by the way? We're avoiding refined foods. I think everybody hopefully agrees on that, like white bread, white this, white that, sugar, but even oil is a refined food. It's refined fat. Refined simply means that the fiber is taken out. When you eat an animal, it ate the fibrous food out of the ground, and then you eat the animal with no fiber in it, the cheese, the dairy, etc. Cheese and oil are especially the most calorie-dense foods that people eat. And we want to eat to satiation, we want to fill our bellies, you got to have the fiber in there. It's life-changing. This is how I live. I know many people that live this way and thrive. Their blood work is amazing. Give it a try. Reach out to us, beltoftruthministries.org.